Did you know that on average, twice as many child pedestrians are killed while walking on Halloween compared to other days throughout the year? And that's why we asked Kyle Gaines of the St. Charles County Ambulance District to give O'Fallon residents some sound advice on how we can have a blast on Halloween and stay safe at the same time.
On the driver's side, what we really want people to be mindful of is reducing their speed in residential areas, removing all distractions from the car. Everything from, obviously it's illegal to be using your cell phone for texting or anything like that anyway, but certainly in residential areas on Halloween night, we want to be really careful about that. The volume of the radio, be mindful of that also. And then certainly, of course, be on the lookout for kids crossing the street. Be continually scanning left to right in your field of vision to make sure that there aren't kids crossing. I mean, obviously we try and educate kids to use crosswalks, to cross under lighted areas, things like that. But sometimes kids forget in the excitement of being out collecting all their candy. They forget about these things and they will dart out from between two parked cars. So that's why it's important to reduce that speed so you do have that ability to stop quickly if you do need to. There's some other things that go into injury prevention on Halloween night also, and a lot of those have to do with the costumes that they wear. If a costume, princesses are big, superheroes are big, things that have long skirts or a cape or things like that, if that costume's too long, it poses a trip and fall hazard to kids, particularly if there's a couple of steps to go up on a porch to get to somebody's house to collect their candy. And, obviously a trip and fall on concrete steps could cut the night of fun short, so that's one thing to be mindful of. Another thing to check out is if your child's costume involves a mask, and that's a lot of them, but unfortunately sometimes the mask's eye holes are really not big enough to accommodate a whole lot of vision. If you hold it up to yourself, you'll see that you can see straight out in front of you, but you really can't see off to the sides, which if you're crossing the street is a pretty major problem. So what we would recommend is enlarging those eye holes a little bit, and certainly if the kids are concerned about the look of the costume, then you can fill in around the eyes with a little bit of non-toxic makeup to, so the effect is still there. But making sure that they can see should be the highest priority so that peripheral vision is nice and good whenever they're crossing the street. Light them up any way that you possibly can. You see, all kinds of blinking necklaces that you can pick up at the Halloween store while you're there picking up the costume. You see pumpkins that actually glow while they're carrying them. A flashlight is a good idea to keep with you on Halloween night also, so that whenever you are walking down the sidewalk, you can see where you're going if there is a trip and fall hazard in front of you. We also offer, for free in our community, we have glow bracelets that are available. These are available at all of our ambulance stations throughout the county. There's 14 locations, so you're never more than a couple miles from one. Swing in, pick a couple up for your kiddos. That's what they're there for.
Hopefully, these important Halloween safety tips will help you while you're trick-or-treating. Also, don't forget to share this information with family and friends, because when it comes to keeping our kids happy, active, and safe, we're all in this together.